So we managed to exceed the market maker's expected move for the day, and then just sit there all afternoon while bulls tried to do everything in their power to keep the market from mean reverting, which was successful ultimately. Super lame though. 60.78 broken to the upside on ES. We'll have to see if this holds, but we did retest it and find support. So it's likely it could continue higher to the 611.13 or 61.13 test. There's a Trump speech after hours today, so we'll see what happens with that. But probably just drive a lot of volatility. A dollar down on the day, along with the top end on the yield curve. And some of the short duration stuff moved up with the 3, 6, and 42 day, 3 and 6 month and 42-day actions today. Commodities down a little, mostly energy. Looks like precious metals are holding pretty steady. Copper fell a little bit with last night's Chinese infrastructure grab, but liquidity grab. But if they can get the yuan sorted, we should probably start to see copper move back up a little bit. I could see commodities demand rising, especially if we see any tariffs actually come out of the Trump administration. Dow was up 128 points. Correlation down hard today. So remember all of the old positioning and the dispersion trade fell off. Looks like they're levering a bunch of that up. Obviously, 1 month correlation falling much faster. Almost back to where we were in the early part of Jan, or like late December. This seems to be about the limit of where they've levered it up to recently. 3 month correlation, however, not near those levels. 3 month correlation keeps making slightly higher lows, and it's likely that more and more they don't want to enter the dispersion trade over longer time periods because of the increased risk. Carry trade leverage managed to hold around 9% today, even with the dollar falling a bit against the yen. And leverage at the short end of the trade moved up both on the 3 and 6 month. Forward yield on volatility at the end of the day hitting negative 9.44%. Moves still pretty muted. Not a lot of bond volatility right now. We probably won't see much until we start to see correlation turn around. Skew fell, but that didn't appear to matter much. We'll probably see more sold puts, significantly more sold puts, on the end of day print for today. And this is probably back near 90% of the S&P above its 20-day moving average. Correlation on between cash fix and VX rose, now at 79.17%, so almost statistically irrelevant, getting very close. They're still shorting vol quite hard. Fed fund futures still only pricing in like a little more than half a rate cut into the middle of 2025. And this is probably the most important thing, is that the bear steepener has kind of slowed down a bit. I think the bond market's just waiting to see what Trump's going to do. But for the meantime, that does mean that, this is not moving up. So we're seeing the 10-year spread drift apart a little bit again, as the top end of the curve comes down. And some of this buying at the top end of the curve is because there's fears that, the dollar is going to push higher pending whatever Trump decides to do. On the technical side of things, we did get a breakout, but I'm not sure we made. We still really need to get above like that 60-70 level where we first sold off back in December to confirm this. So this could still fail, but a bit more volume and definitely a stronger upside move on this. So definitely a better breakout than we had Friday. But yeah, still could run into problems finding buyers here between like 60.50 and 60.99. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's about it. Yeah, I think so. Netflix beat earnings. Netflix up 10%. Awesome. Oh, look at that. I still pay for Netflix. No problem. Netflix missed on revenue, but they beat on EPS. Were analyst estimates above? I'll have to look. This may or may not last, right? It'll depend on what they say and what kind of guidance they give. Netflix authorizes $15 buyback. Never mind. They're not giving any of it back. There's a swaps market for BOJ rate hike. You can derive it from their yields. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I will see you bright and early tomorrow. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Later.